But Demon Slayer Season 2 did begin. Season 2, Episode 1, which is an anime original before we start the Mugen Train arc, which will run from episodes 2 to 7. And if you have not checked out AniMan Plus News, please do so you can stay up to date with all the latest and greatest going on in the anime manga industry. As I said in those, like, my take on what this train arc is going to be is I think this train arc is going to be very good. I think it's going to be better than the movie. Like the way I described it in AniMan Plus News was like, you have two different sides here when it comes to anime movies being adapted into the show. You have Dragon Ball fans and then you have Naruto fans. Because Resurrection F and Battle of Gods, fantastic movies. Horrible anime arcs. Absolutely terrible. I will die on this hill, and as will everyone else in the fandom, basically. But the Boruto movie, I will die on this hill that while the movie is good, the arc is better. And for Demon Slayer, I think it's going to be the same thing. And I feel like this anime original episode, just kind of focusing on Rengoku, focusing on the train that he is kind of investigating. There is another demon that was aboard the train that's not the demon that we know from the movie. This demon is known as the Slasher. So he's just doing general investigations, like the train is currently in maintenance. It is set to go back on the rails tomorrow. He's doing just general, like, okay, what's the deal? What's going on? There's a demon. Let's figure out the demon thing. Of course, we have his trademark Delicious at multiple points in this episode. Shout out to that. He gets some nice bento boxes that he buys from a very nice, very nice elderly grandmother and granddaughter that runs a bento shop. Which, when it comes to that, it all kind of comes full circle towards the end of the episode when he saves them from the Slasher, because the Slasher's at the train station. Slasher gets away. He's fast as shit, and then you see Rengoku is fast as shit, just like we saw in the movie when you saw him zip zop zoop zopping around. And he saves this grandmother and the granddaughter, and the grandmother's like having a flashback of Rengoku's father. And it was really cool, where it was like a step by step, every motion Rengoku was making as he's like doing his initial breathing to pulling out the sword, it kept going back and forth between Rengoku and his father, because she's seeing Rengoku and she thinks Rengoku's the same one that saved her 20 years ago.
Gotcha.
Because Rengoku's father saved her and that granddaughter when she was still a baby 20 years ago, and she thinks Rengoku's that person. Rengoku's like, oh no, that must have been my father.
Then does the old lady go, here, take my daughter?
No, no, not that. But she does offer him a free bento, and then he tries to pay for it, and she says, no, take the bento. And he's just like, okay, I'll take this, but I'll buy everything else you have in your hand. And he bought like 50 bentos, which is the bentos we see him eating on the train.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. He bought it from them, and he's chowing, and yes, that's why. Which I did enjoy that tying of the knot there. But overall, it's just an enjoyable episode. If you're a Rengoku fan, you would enjoy this episode. I will say my hands down favorite part of the episode, because of just like how comedic it was the very end when our main characters finally come in, and it's like almost like after credits.
Yeah.
So it's like a different different art style, and they're like, all right, we boarded the train, cool, look, I can't wait to meet Rengoku, I bet he's such a cool guy, whatever, blah blah. It's like, oh, what do the other pillars think of him and whatever, and it's going one by one of everyone like talking, like saying something about him, where like the insect pillar, she's like, oh, it's like he's like the coolest older brother ever, and everyone's just going through, and then you get like some of like the hard ass characters, like the wind pillar, where he says something about him, and then like once he finishes saying what he says, you see like a little love heart pop out of his mouth, and it says loves him, and it's like you see Giru, and Giru's just like, he talks to me a lot, and it just pops up loves him. It just kept popping that up for different like the heart, like the snake one too, same thing, it just pops up loves him. And it's just like, oh wow, everyone loves Rengoku, this is fantastic. So that was really enjoyable. That gave me a good laugh. But I am excited for the start of the actual arc. Like I said, I do think the arc is going to be actually better than the movie. They've already kind of teased like, new music, which the score in Demon Slayer in general is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So teasing new music, new scenes. I would honestly expect the main fight here with Rengoku in our upper 3, I think it was. I'm expecting their fight to be absolutely unbelievable. Like literally to the same level of how I compare Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki. Because I do think the arc fight is a lot better than the movie. I think that, this fight that we're going to get for the train arc is going to be incredible. But no, seriously, if you're a Rengoku fan, definitely watch this episode. Don't skip it. It's worth a watch. It's comedic. It's got everything that you would want, showcasing Rengoku and just his personality, and just some really cool action scenes as well.
Bye.